What if I told you the future of diesel power isn't electric? Not yet. And it's roaring louder than ever in the form of one name, the 2025 C13 ACERT. Yep, it's back. And it's not here to play nice. Forget what you think you know about diesel, because Caterpillar has been in the lab, cooking up something that might just redefine the game, or at least rattle a few bones in the engine bay. So if you're a fleet owner, a heavy hauler, or just someone who gets goosebumps from turbo spool, buckle up. You're about to find out why this engine might be the last great diesel we see before regulations and electrification take over. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because what Caterpillar did with emissions tech? Yeah, it's borderline sorcery. Act 2, the build. Deep dive into the C13 ACERT. Let's start with what this beast actually is. The C13 ACERT isn't new, it's been around. But this version, the 2025 variant, is a complete evolution. Think of it like comparing a flip phone to an iPhone. Same function, radically different experience. So, what's changed? The core specs that make it a monster. At its heart, the C13 ACERT is a 12.5-liter inline-6 diesel engine, pushing out a staggering 520 horsepower and over 1,850 pound-foot of torque. That's more torque than some locomotives? Well, almost. But here's the kicker. It hits peak torque at lower RPMs. That means less revving, less wear, and a more efficient pull. Whether you're climbing a 12% grade in Utah or idling in a Chicago traffic jam, mini pattern interrupt. Ever wondered what happens when you give a bulldozer the lungs of a Ferrari and the biceps of a powerlifter? Boom, C13 ACERT, Brain 2. Smarter power. With ACERT tech now, ACERT, Advanced Combustion Emissions Reduction Technology, isn't just a fancy acronym, it's what keeps this engine legal in 2025 without strangling its power. How? Through precise fuel delivery, variable valve timing, and cleaner combustion. We're talking multi-injection strategies, advanced aftertreatment, and an electronic control module that makes real-time decisions 1,000 times per second. That's faster than most of us check our phones when we hear a notification ding. And just when you think this engine is all brawn, it flexes its brains. Quick thought. What happens when AI meets diesel? You get engines that predict wear, optimize fuel flow, and even self-adjust under load conditions. That's not science fiction. That's ACERT in 2025. Emissions, but without sacrificing soul. Let's talk compliance. Because if you're running a business in 2025, you already know. EPA, CARB, and every acronym in between is watching you like a hawk. This C13 meets Tier 4 final and Stage 5 emissions standards. That's the cleanest it's ever been. But, and here's the jaw-dropper, it does so without relying on EGR-heavy designs that choke performance. Instead, Caterpillar leaned into selective catalytic reduction, SCR, and diesel particulate filters, DPFs, with active regen cycles that don't leave you stranded. Attention reset question. Ever sat there staring at your dash, praying your regen finishes before your boss calls? Yeah, Caterpillar fixed that. And that's the magic of the 2025 C13. Clean, but not neutered. Maintenance that actually makes sense. All right, let's talk downtime. Or lack of it. Because Caterpillar knows if your truck's parked, your wallet's bleeding. The 2025 C13 ACERT comes with extended service intervals of up to 500 hours between oil changes and a diagnostic system so smart it almost texts you when it needs attention. Almost. Even the fuel system's been redesigned with high-pressure common rail injectors that minimize wear and keep efficiency up for longer. So whether you're a single-owner operator or managing a 50-rig fleet, this engine isn't just about power, it's about ROI. Applications that matter. We're talking vocational trucks, heavy equipment, military vehicles, and even off-road applications. The 2025 C13 ACERT isn't picky. If it needs torque, this engine is ready to throw down. In fact, early field reports from construction fleets in Arizona say fuel savings hit 12% over previous models. And durability? One rig crossed 1.1 million miles without a rebuild. That's not hype. That's hard data. But wait, what about real-world cold starts in the dead of a Montana winter, or altitude performance above 10,000 feet in Colorado? Stick around. We're about to break that down. The payoff. Why this engine might be a legend. Let's fast forward. It's January. You're in Butte, Montana. It's minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Most engines cough, sputter, or flat out give up. The 2025 C13 fires up like it slept inside a sauna. Thanks to its enhanced glow plug system and intelligent warm-up cycle, you're rolling in minutes. Now climb to Leadville, Colorado, 10,200 feet above sea level. Thinner air, weaker engines. But not this one. The C13 uses altitude-compensating sensors that adjust combustion,